Okay, John, more Metroid Prime. We sit here and drink some tea this time instead of alcohol.
Yay!
Yay!
Tea!
I have 3 bruised ribs to time the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have no bruised ribs.
Yeah, it's I haven't had bruised ribs since I think junior high was the last time I had this injury in basketball.
Oh, basketball.
Yeah.
Okay.
And God, it shuts you down.
Hmm.
It's very painful. I almost wish they were broken because then it sounds like it would be a legit excuse. But I'm like slightly sleep deprived because I can't sleep on my sides.
Right.
It's just awkward to breathe, and I've never been able to really sleep on my back in a bed.
And that's why you weren't at hockey yesterday.
That is exactly why, wasn't it? Instead, I watched the Grand Prix.
Nice.
Yep, Lewis Hamilton did his job as usual. He's a really good racer. Fuck him. He's not my favorite by far, but he's really good.
And we're watching Metroid Prime, where you go through the Chobo runes and beat up all the Chobos. Drinking my tea.
Yeah. So, recently last month or so, I've gone to some anime conventions.
Yeah.
Some parties, and there's quite a good panel that you might find interesting, John.
Okay.
One was kind of a comedy panel about like Japanese samurais.
Okay.
And they actually had Japanese swords. They were trained. Now they were like two. There was a husband and wife from Iowa, but they did know how to wield a sword for the most part and be safe about it. And they had some pretty funny stories.
So they're definitely not. Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So there you go.
But the really good one was around midnight. It was 18 plus. Spike Spencer, the voice actor.
Okay.
And it was how not to kill your girlfriend and cooking tips.
Okay.
And it was hilarious.
What does that have to do with anime?
Well, he's an anime voice actor.
Oh, is
so
he?
yeah.
Okay.
And there's a lot of, when you go to these conventions, there's a lot of dating advice or dating speed dating events, kind of like Fan Expo. I went to Fan Expo speed dating for shits and giggles. Well, Spike Spencer's like all these people, especially what he was saying was people are generally that go to those things and they have their, meet a fellow person with your interest and date them kind of thing, but their advice was totally shitty. So he was like, I'm going to rectify this. And then he goes, said rectify. Get it? Rectum? Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
Just kind of jokes like that to get it. But he would talk about the first half he spoke, and the second half his wife spoke, and I didn't really care for that. Because what she was saying was... So what he was saying was, be yourself, be funny. Yes, you'll be turned down a lot, but eventually someone's gonna say yes. Eventually. You hear about these guys who go, I get a girl every night. Well, yeah, when you go ask 1,000 girls, one of them is eventually going to say yes if you pump enough drinks into her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's true. Well, you could probably get away with 10. After 10, you could probably... If they're drunk enough, I mean, come on.
But you get his point.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then his wife comes up. So Spike Spencer was really good. Like, he was funny, bringing some comedy into it. But I didn't feel like it was true advice, because it was all things I already do. Like, I know how to cook.
Okay.
The hard part is getting a girl here to cook for, because there's a lot of trust there that you kind of have to build. But anyways, she comes up, and she starts saying, like, be chivalrous, all that stuff, girls like to be pampered, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And all the... So this part right here in the game is really annoying. You have to use the little exploding ball thing to go up, yeah. Okay, so...
You have to use your exploding balls.
So, I was kind of getting frustrated with what she was saying, because I feel that...
Because it's bullshit,
right? A lot of women today are full of shit when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if they really truly believe that, they wouldn't go out with half the douchebags that they go out with.
Yeah. Because women actually have no idea what women like. They're actually some of the least qualified people to talk about it.
So,
because they're the ones who've never tried.
So at one point she goes, "Does anybody in the audience have any questions?" A couple people raise their hand, and then she goes, "Does anybody disagree with what I'm saying?" And I like instantly raise my hand, and I'm the only one in the room. And before she even calls on me, I just shout out, "When I first moved to Canada, I held so this was funny. About a week into moving to Canada, I go into the big BMO building here, right?
Yeah.
And I hold a door open for a woman. Now, I took like a step forward in front of her and to open the door, right?
Right.
And I let her through. Well, she in turn turns around and slaps me in the face and goes, "I don't need you to hold the door open for me."
It's true. She
and
didn't.
Walks away.
She didn't. She probably could have opened it herself.
Yeah. This is a fact.
Yes. Man,
But
you're
the
just
slap-
you're not handling this part well at all.
Shut up. It's ridiculous.
I don't know.
Listen to the story. It's much better than the game. This
Yeah.
part in the game.
Yeah, you're gonna die at this part. Oh.
No, I'm like losing no life. It's just straight up annoying.
Hmm.
So she's like in total shock with this response. Like, how could a woman actually do this?
Yeah, which is what most people would think. Why would anybody ever do that?
Right. Well, Spike Spencer's gets like he was on his phone in the corner, and he instantly like puts it down, turns around, and goes, "Did you slap her back?"
Yeah. But you didn't, did you?
I did not. I was in shock of the slap.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you got there. You got up.
Yay.
Yay. Yeah, because women are completely fucking batshit crazy.
What was that ghostly thing you just saw?
It was a jumping frog. Yeah.
But that actually happened.
You know what it is that girls have these certain standards that they just assume that everybody else follows them, and they primarily think that all other girls follow these standards as well, and that it's just there's this agreement among the entire gender, and they're really surprised to find out that there are other women who actually don't agree with them, right?
Right.
Especially about stuff like holding the door open, because you know, they just assume that everybody is on the same page about this kind of thing. Like, specifically women. And it's like, you just gotta get these men on board with it, too. But it's like, there's a lot of women who actually disagree with them on that, too. And so they start enforcing, or, you know, just like, yeah, start putting forward these arbitrary rules about how you're supposed to behave and slapping you if you don't follow this code of conduct.
It was pretty messed up.
It's just dumb as shit is what it is. Do you have to kill this guy again?
Well, I go. Well, so no, these are new enemies.
Are they?
Yeah, they are Chozo ghosts,
Okay.
as you can now read.
Yeah.
Ow! It still hurts to laugh.
Hmm.
Yeah. So you'll see quite a few of these throughout the game from now on. You'll generally see these guys protecting artifacts that you have to collect. We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are like the actual bad guys of the game.
They're kind of protectors of the artifacts, I guess, is how I would interpret them.
Right.
Or they're attracted to the energy source the artifacts give off. I don't know. The visor effects are all cool, though.
Yeah, I mean they did well with this game in terms of that kind of stuff. I can see somebody at this point in like video game history being really amazed by that kind of thing.
I was amazed playing the game. I thought the visor effects were the best part of the game.
Yeah.
I can't think of a single other game that does it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, besides the sequels to the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, some of them play with like the camera and stuff like I don't know, but yeah, you're right. I mean, games now do that a lot, actually.
I guess the new Doom kind of did that, but
I actually want to play the new Doom. It looks like fun.
I played a little bit of it. I just found it repetitive.
Yeah, that's Doom.
But that's Doom. So
yeah,
I have Doom 3. To me, it's the same thing.
Really, Doom 3 is like the shit one, or not the shit one, but the one that like really kind of branched off. They tried to make it System Shock. They tried to turn Doom into System Shock.
Yeah, maybe that's why I like it a little bit more.
But
But it was still repetitive, like Doom.
yeah.
Yeah, they put too much story on it.
Yeah. Well, that's what they got rid of with this Doom, is that there's no more story.
Right, it's just kill shit.
Yeah, it's just running around the way that Doom originally was, right? Like, Doom 3 tried to update it for the modern age or whatever, and then this new one's just like, yeah, fuck it.
Yep. So I just got the first artifact.
Yay! Oh, you have to get all the artifacts? Is that what it's all about?
You have to get them all, and they're not as easy to find as this. Look at all those. You have to fill in all the puzzle pieces.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yahtzee and Gabe and all that with Let's Drown Out and all that. They had a pretty interesting idea actually about video games. They had the idea of an RPG where you actually lose your abilities as the game goes on.
I remember them talking about that.
Yeah, which is, to me, it's like, I think you can do that. They said that you can definitely do it. It just needs some creative thinking. I'm like, yeah, you can totally do that. But then they're thinking, like, so how does the game get more exciting and more difficult and more varied as you go on if you're losing abilities? And I'm like, well, of course, because you just have to you just leave the abilities with the highest degree, the highest learning curve. So that as they go through, they lose all the easy abilities and they're just left with the really difficult to use, but probably more potent abilities at the end. So it's almost like
so you have a plethora to choose from, and then at the end you have very little.
But yeah, like
but you're still left with strong ones, so you can go back to the past areas if need be.
Yeah, something like. Or you could get creative about that kind of thing.
Because I would feel if your abilities are decreasing, and let's say you have forgotten something, going back to that area at the beginning of the game you wouldn't be able to. So I feel that the game would be more linear, kind of like a Final Fantasy 13, where the game kind of plays itself. I mean, I personally wouldn't have a problem with that, but I could see a lot of people
like as you
like
maybe it's like you level up, and as you level up, you start like shedding certain abilities. But then you level up, so you just generally get more powerful, right? But then you, like, maybe at the beginning you got like 1,000,000 weapons to choose from or something like that.
I feel like it would be really cool if you're leveling down and you're losing abilities as you play, and the game's linear.
Or maybe it's like the more stats you have, the less abilities you can access, and then you have to lower your stats in order to get your abilities back or something. I don't know.
Oh, like before you enter certain areas, there's a portal.
Yeah, or like
where you have to dump abilities and dump levels. But you can, as soon as you want to go back, you just go back to the portal and you can get them back.
Yeah, and then there are certain areas where you definitely have to dump abilities in order to get your stats up.
Ooh, I like it. That would work.
And then the final boss is, of course, the last one is, of course, pure stats. You don't get to use too many abilities. Like, instead of having like a giant minigun or something like that, you have to use like a dagger. Something like that.
Yeah, okay. So at the beginning you have all these magical powers or superpowers, you could say.
Yeah.
Or weaponry.
Yeah.
And at the end of the game, your whole leveling up process has been leveling up your physical ability as opposed to the magical ability or your weaponry. That way the final boss is like hand-to-hand combat or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it's like...
All right, John, get on it.
Yeah. Well, I wish I could be like a game designer or something like that. It's just some... Yeah. Of course, it's like one of the most flooded fields. Good luck getting into it.
Yeah, there's a lot of fields like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, god damn. So, I talked about this with Colin, but I almost pulled a perfect game last week.
Oh, I actually saw you posted your scores.
Yeah. It's kind of my Thursday night thing. I was asked if I wanted to compete in a tournament to join Team Canada, specifically Team Ontario.
Oh, really?
But I can't do it because I'm not Canadian.
Oh,
yeah.
That's funny.
They tried to recruit me.
Who tried to recruit you?
So the bowling alley I go to, one of the
like the owner of the bowling alley just came up?
No.
You're ready for Team Canada.
No, one of the members in the league is on Team Ontario, and he wanted me to try out for the team.
Okay.
And be on Team Ontario.
And you said, no, fuck Canada.
And I was like, do you have to be Canadian? And he goes, you're not Canadian? I'm like, no. I just work here.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shit.
You do have to be Canadian.
Yeah. He's like, you live in Ontario, right? I was like, yeah, and I work in Ontario, but I'm American.
Yep.
And he's like, damn it. Because after last week, I have the highest average in the league now, so I'm even beating the guy on Team Ontario.
Oh, really?
Huh. Yeah, that's why he wanted me on it.
Huh.
You would have gotten a kick out of me. I was like a WWE wrestler. I was going,
shit.
woo, Ric Flair. It was fun. The two old guys I was bowling against in that game, they're like, I like this character. I like this guy. He's a character. That's what they said.
Good.
Yeah.
But that's good. It's good when there's like people who still have fun even when they're losing.
Yeah. I mean, it's a money league. But the other thing we noticed, because I went to, my partner is, he's alright. He's like a 186, 190 average. You know, he's still got a ways to go. He needs to be more consistent. But as I was bowling that perfect game, like, can we change our team name to something awesome? Can we do that? And they're like, no, it's got to be our last names. And then it dawned on us, wait a minute. My last name's Wooly. Your last name's Johnson. Why don't we just name our team Harry Dick? It basically already is.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, and we're in first place.
Yay.
Yeah, so it's like...
Good.
So Shaker's really missing out. Because at the end, it's like $4,000 or $5,000 we'll win.
Well, but I don't think you'd be in first place if you had Shaker.
You don't know that?
I don't think Shaker can hit 190s.
Yeah, but you just have... So you have your average, and then you just have to get above it. Or stay consistent.
Well, so you're just basically getting above it because you don't have an average, right? You don't start with it. You just start.
Well, you after 1 week you set an average.
Oh,
so after the first week we were like 12th place out of the 30-something teams, but now we're in first. Well, that's it. That was Metroid Prime. This episode, this video.
Not enough complaining. We'll complain more next time.
I complained at the beginning.
Yeah, we complained a little bit.